It was a dark, stormy night. The wind was howling through the trees. Lightning flashed in the sky. Thunder rolled across the hills. That's normally how a horror story starts. Mine actually started with, darling, you need more medical insurance, more life insurance, you're getting old. Well, there was advice I didn't need. I duly contacted my broker. He looked at me and said, Frank, at your age, you want more life insurance? Not till you've seen my physician. I duly make an appointment. I'm sent for the prerequisite blood tests. I'm then told that the appointment is set for a certain time, and I duly appear at the physician. He looks at my blood sugar levels, my PSA levels, my cholesterol levels, and he says, for a guy your age, I'm envious. I do a ECG. He says, Frank, you're obviously a regular gym goer. I agree. I do gym regularly at least once every 22 years. He looks at me, he says, Frank, this is remarkable. There's no problem with insurance. I need one more favor. Hands me the little vial. I go to the boys' room. I bring back a urine sample. And I knew the trouble was about to start when he put the dipstick in and his eyes got that big. The levels go from yellow to dark green. Mine was black. He said, Frank, have you seen blood in the urine? I said, no. You're holding it. You see anything? He says, well, it's microscopic. Who's your urologist? What? I don't have a GP. What's the urologist? He said, right, I'll recommend one. Julie makes an appointment on the Monday. The following week, on the Wednesday, I'm admitted to the clinic for a simple little scope just to see what's causing the blood in the urine. Nothing to panic about. You're in the theatre at 12, you're out by 12:10, you're back in the ward. As soon as you can pass a nice sample, you can go home. Yeah. I go in on the Wednesday and I duly go to theatre. I have my scope and I come round expecting to go home in 5 minutes. But I wasn't going home with pipes coming out of every orifice, catheters, and a very disturbed looking nurse hanging around my bed. I said, excuse me, but I'm going home. What's with all the pipes? And she says, did the doctor not talk to you? I said, well, yeah, he did, but under general anesthetic, I didn't really pay attention. What is the problem? Well, I knew something was happening when she rushed off to get the doctor. She wasn't prepared to talk. He duly came back. He said, Frank, listen, we've taken out a tumor. I can't give you a prognosis right now until I've had a biopsy, but I've got to tell you it doesn't look good. I've seen enough of this to know that it's probably not good news. I'm released from hospital on the Thursday, and I'm told that by Monday I'll get the results of the biopsy and we'll know where we're going from there. I'd no sooner walked into my house when the nurse calls, Doc wants to see you tomorrow morning, 8:30. That's when the panic started to sort of set in. My wife was overseas with my grandchildren. I'm home alone. I thought, okay, I'll go through this thing, and once the wife gets back, we'll deal with any problems. And I'm sure, I'm not fit, I'm healthy, I'm going to be fine. Friday morning, at the doctor's surgery, I sit down across from the doctor. He looks me in the eye. He says, Frank, it's bad news. It's a malignant tumor. I'm recommending a radical emergency cystectomy. We're taking out your bladder, prostate, lymph glands, urethra, and God alone knows what else. It seems I have a hearing impediment, because what I seem to have heard was, geez, Frank, you lucky bastard. You can now go play with medical cannabis and go cure yourself. So I said, well, do I get a prescription for this cannabis? He did this, not in my surgery. He says, no way. Stuff's illegal, and I quote, if that shit works, I'll personally write you up in the medical journals. It did, he didn't. From there, things got a bit helter-skelter, and I'm told I now need chemotherapy and this emergency radical cystectomy. Being a hard-headed obtuse son of a bitch, I decided not going to happen. So I said to him, look, I'll do 1 shot of chemo. I'm not sick, I just, concurring with you, I'm now being pressurized and forced. I duly have 1 shot of chemo. Please, if anybody's told to have chemo, don't. I was taken from being pretty healthy. I had cancer, I didn't know it, but I was fine until I had the chemo shot. Worst experience of my life. It was after that I decided there's got to be an alternative. I'd heard about the prospects for medical cannabis. Back in 2014, there was no way that you could actually even find medical cannabis and or cannabis unless you were buying it from a garage forecourt or somebody on the streets, and that's not where I wanted to go. After about 3 weeks of hell trying to find the place, I found somebody that was prepared to work with me with the Rick Simpson oil, FICO, black tar in a syringe. Well, that's when the fun started. 60 milligrams in 90 days was all the advice I got. That was it. From the doctors, from the friends, from everybody. Rule of thumb, 60 milligrams in 90 days. Do the math. 0.6666 of a milligram. Very manageable. Yeah. Try 0.666 of a milligram. Our World Cup winning rugby team would be flattened along with their coach and the medical staff. That stuff is potent. Anyway, I found a medical practice that was prepared to help me, and I duly consulted Dr. Google, and the recommendation was pop it in a capsule and start off, take as much as you can and build up until you're cured. Well, the doctor had given me a month to have this radical cystectomy, and I was no ways going to have that. So I went home, I did the proverbial quarter grain of rice the first day, half a grain of rice the second day, and a quarter capsule the third day. That's when I was introduced to Dr. Green Fever. He regulates the use of cannabis. The worst experience other than being told you've got cancer. Well, that was me. I duly consumed humongous amounts of cannabis, and the doctor kept telling me that, Frank, the tumors are shrinking, you're looking better, but the bladder's got to go. So after a while I said, there's only one thing here that's got to go, that's you. I found another urologist who was prepared to work with me on the basis of I'll do my medication, he'll monitor me, and the agreement was, you do your thing, I'll watch you. When I tell you that the bladder's got to go, you're going to have to listen. I said, that's okay, on one proviso. I will have a second opinion, and if they concur with the diagnosis, then yeah, I'll come back to you because you are my urologist, and we'll take it from there. Well, this journey got wild. It was 2014 that I was diagnosed. Towards May 2015, I developed a carcinoma in situ, muscle invasive and aggressive. The bladder had to go. What do? I've pushed the envelope, it was all I could do, so I went home, told the family, and I upped my dosages again. I took another couple of days of work, and I just consumed huge doses. I was almost comatose, I was falling on the floor, and after about 10 days of that, I went back into theatre, and they were going to do a neo bladder. Basically, they were going to build a bladder internally out of my intestine. Possibly 3 months off work because of all the chopping and cutting, slicing and dicing. I go in on the Wednesday to see if I can have a neo bladder, and I normally hear from my urologist by the latest Friday after a scope. Nothing. Time is up. But in a nutshell, he calls me on the Monday evening. I've had the worst weekend of my life. He says, Frank, cancel the op. Well, that's all I had to hear. I pushed the envelope. I was done. I said, Doc, okay, thanks, but how much time have I got? He said, well, dear Frank, not more than 30 years. I said, what? He says, cancel out not because you're dead, you fool, because you don't have cancer. The cancer is gone. We cannot find cancer anywhere. You're not in remission. You're clear of cancer. Thank you. It was 8 months. I'm now clear 3 years.